Hello guys, for the final review of this year's playoffs and the championship round review. Before we go into the numbers, I'm sure everyone who watches this already knows. So let's get straight to the congratulations that are in order. First, congrats to Max and the Jackalopes for their first UDL title. Great run by the number 8 seed, and really really great final and great performance all around. On second place, the Dubai Mighty Camels and Clint's team. They made quite a run in their second playoff appearance, again unbeaten until the final, but they still come up second, just short. But again, really good run by them too. And the third place, and the Ice Dice managed to come on top in the third place game over the Scouts. So congrats to Mark. And these are the prize winners of the 2018 playoffs. So now we can go into some details on how the matchups unfolded, and we focus first on the championship game. I have taken, or I will try a slightly different approach this time, and to have a more graphical review. We mentioned that it will be a matchup of mythical creatures, so I took this a step further, and we can see now what happened through the 2-week matchup between the Camels and the J-Wolves. So early on, the Jackalopes came out roaring, and the Mighty Camels didn't look mighty at all. They were quite frightened, as you see. Then in the midweek, or in the middle of the period, the Mighty Camels, they got more angry, and fought back with the dreams of having a big camel party for the championship at the end. But later on in the second week, the J-Wolves, they showed they were more than ready for the fight, and you as you can see, and you will see later on in the review, the end result was pretty much this. So I hope this sums up the numbers pretty well, or represents them. Hopefully you like it, but the seriously, we will get to the numbers, of course, and the good old numbers. This is how the final looks at the end of the 2-week matchup, a long matchup, and really very good quality match between the Mighty Camels and the Jackalopes. The Max comes up on top with 8.5 to 5.5 final result, and you see that he actually had quite a healthy lead in all the scoring categories, but the Mighty Camels managed to snatch the assists back, but it was really not enough, as the very good goaltending battle was pretty much evenly split, or even slightly in favor of Max. But the Mighty Camels could have used really a stronger performance by Jonathan Quick on the final Saturday, when they badly needed a win and some better save percentage. But still, really very good numbers on the goaltending front, and you see how the skaters categories were split. What else could we note here? That you see the top performers from the Mighty Camels, pretty impressive showing by Pasternak and Eichel in particular. But after Craig Smith, the goals pretty much dry out for the Mighty Camels. You see here, these are 12 of the 19 goals that the whole team scored through the 2 weeks. So they have like 63% of the goals scored in their top three, which is really not a great recipe for success. They managed to grab the, so to say, physical categories, but fell short in nearly all of the scoring ones and were destroyed in the face of circle. And you can see that on the JWOP side, Jeff Petrie has really had a solid run. We haven't mentioned him much, but he has been solid throughout the playoffs, as of course have been Trocek and Tavares. But this is what you come to expect from your best players. But Petrie is a really unsung hero for the JWOPs. And on the goaltending for the JWOPs, you see that Grubauer was again solid, but look at the Jimmy Howard stat line. And if you remember, Max was saying in the beginning of February that he was going to ride Jimmy Howard to the UDL Cup. Well, you don't remember? Maybe because that never happened. So unexpected hero for the JWOPs, but still one that Max has long trusted and is now rewarded for his trust. This is pretty much the picture we talked about on the previous slide, were the funny pictures. The JWOPs had a pretty established lead throughout the final 5 or 6 days, so it got close in the end in a couple of categories, but they were really mostly in control throughout the second week. So again, kudos to Max, and also kudos to Clint for the great show they put on, and worthy final. So quick glance at the third place match, which featured the Scouts and the Ice Dice. Again, a very close game in the end. You can see that Mark wins this by just a single point in the overall result. And here again, he had the Ice Dice. They had pretty firm control in the points department, and the Scouts, they were quite behind for a big part of the matchup throughout the midweek, or the middle 7 days of the 14-day scoring period. But they managed to fight back, and they stole back the goalie ratio categories, and also secured the shots on goal. But what was close, and were really close at the end, the penalty minutes and the special team points, and just short for the Scouts. You see for the Scouts, Torrey Crook and Tyson Berry, they were pretty much their best players throughout the playoff run. Blake Wheeler also contributes pretty steadily, and Panarin was leading the way for the Ice Dice together with Kuznetsov and Duchesne. You see really the stats of the Ice Dice top scorers are pretty much more impressive than the Scouts, especially on the points side. In the goaltending, the Scouts, they are stuck with Corey Schneider, who himself is stuck on the bench in New Jersey. So this is quite a puzzling situation for the Scouts. So they had to pick Domingue in the middle of the period for some quality start, but Pecorine, their main guy, was not as excellent as he has been throughout the season. So pretty below average numbers, and but against, on the other side, you see the good looking on paper tandem of Carey Price and Martin Jones. They actually were pretty weak as far as the ratio goes, so this led to the Ice Dice losing both these categories. Anyway, the Ice Dice had quite a healthy lead and managed to take it home and grab the third place. Congrats to both GMs here too. So now this is the final look at this year's playoff bracket in the championship round. You see the year of the underdog comes to an end with a great win for Odessa, and I would say that these were the most exciting and most unpredictable playoffs that we have had in the 6 years of the league. Also, I haven't really I haven't done the math, but I think these are also the closest as far as margin of victory goes. There isn't a single match where the winner reached double digits in his results. So there were not a single blowout throughout the whole playoffs, which is really a great compliment to the league and the competitiveness we have managed to build in the UDL. So thanks again for all to all teams for all the efforts throughout the season and the playoffs. And we have one final task or important thing to do before we ride into the sunset, or at least for a month. This is the GM meeting. We will have a couple of votes. The discussion on the RFAs is ongoing, but there will be a vote on that one, and also there will be a couple of votes on the draft proposals. I will try to post them up today, and they will be up for voting at least a week, so everyone has a chance to cast their vote. And it's after all, this is really important decisions for how we go forward with the league. So thank you again, and see you around. Bye bye.